Okay, my shirt is nice and wrinkled. We'll see if this camera picks up on that. All right, I am ready to do the most. I'm Leah Dubs and I'm a writer. That's it. I'm back to do another Weezy video. When I tell you I love his music, words cannot explain. So I'm back to do more because I cannot contain myself over geeking out about this type of artistry. The last video I had told you about my playlist, my 50-ish most favoritist songs. I hit the play button. We talked through, well, I talked through what I liked about each of those songs. So this time I'm gonna pick myself, my favoritist of the favoritist songs, and talk about why I love those songs and how some of these Weezy character rapper mythical, we can't really describe it, artistry plays into these favorite songs. It is the most to do something like this. In honor of Weezy being the most, I'm just gonna do the most right now in appreciating his work the most. The first favoritist of the favoritist, and these are not in order. I could do another video and put them in order, but by that point I might actually annoy myself. The first song on this list is Bill Gates, that is off of his I Am Not a Human Being album. I want to say that I really do love that album. Weezy is constantly referring to himself as an alien. This is an album that seems to explore that portion of himself. When I first heard this song was the first time I was really able to wrap my mind around who Weezy the artist is. The bars are super clean. He's focusing in on describing himself in a very concise way. Everything about Weezy that makes Weezy Weezy is a bar in this song. I find it very hard to recite Weezy bars. The way I vibe with a Weezy song is kind of jumping in on the last 2 or 3 words and ad-libbing, sort of like a hype man at a concert. Yeah, yeah, what? I can't rap along. Just too hard for some reason to process in my brain and then exit my mouth on time. But this song, I know every single word and I can rap along and vibe. This next one is probably my favorite of the favoritist of the favorite. Dark Side of the Moon, that was a song on the Carter 5. The writing on this song is what does it for me. It's so poetic. It's beautifully written. I am only a listener. That's all I claim to be. So I have nothing else going on in my head besides the song that I'm listening to. I don't know about sonically and rhythmically and lyrically. I don't know about none of that. And I'm bringing that up because as I'm listening to this song, Dark Side of the Moon, you don't get this version of Weezy very often. His writing is different in ways that I can't describe. This is more poetic, traditionally poetic sounding writing, in my opinion. So I really do like it. Also, you don't get this side of Weezy speaking of women very highly, which is fine. I am no one's judge. Even when he does speak of women highly, there's often another side of that that's really cold-hearted and not so kind. There's none of that. There's no obscenities in this song. It's a beautiful song, so it shows just how flexible he is as an artist, that he could do him with excellence and then he can do another him that we're not used to with excellence as well. He has this flexibility in the way he can express himself. It's the type of song that you can just read the lyrics to and feel like, oh, beautiful. The next one is Comfortable. That's off of the Carter 3. This is probably the most popular song, I believe. that he's had that's on this list. You get two sides, and he's being really sweet and saying, when I'm with you, I love you, but also, bitch. I honestly just find it funny. I do have my deep philosophical thoughts on it, but mostly I think it's funny. You hear a lot of that classic Weezy confidence, the confidence that he has in himself. If you don't love me, somebody else will. And whatever that love is, that will, is valuable enough that I don't need to worry about yours. The next song on my favorites playlist is Tunechi Rollin on Sorry for the Wait. I love the sound of this one. I think Weezy is really an overwhelming type of artist, just this big presence in the rap scene. Even though he himself may not be as big as he was 10 years ago, you can still see that presence in the in the rap game today. So I really like this song to showcase that aspect of Weezy, his bigness. When I'm listening to this, I get a visual of like Godzilla stomping through a city high as hell and laughing his ass off. He's taunting his enemies and just being this in your face, I dare you type of personality. The last song that I have on here is one that I recently came across, and it is Receipt on his Carter 2 album. I got to hold on to my receipts. That song is so jazzy. I love the vibe of this one. It's similar to the Comfortable song, in which he is expressing like, when we're together, I have a lot of love for you, even respect for you, but there's just a little bit of but me first. That is the classic Tunechi type of confidence that is threaded through a lot of his music. I find this one funny too. It's pretty funny. That way of sliding someone in an entertaining way. I had to add another one. Bonus song. Just one more, because it's so hard to pick. Abortion on the Carter 4. I like this song in the same way that I like Tunechi Rollin. I like the sound of this track so much. Again, I'm only a listener. I have nothing else going in my head when I'm listening to these songs. Only the songs. Nothing else. I don't know if this was produced by Kanye. Okay? But it sounded a lot like a Kanye beat to me. These crescendos of the sound rising and the way that he spits the bars also has a crescendo in their impact and in the way that he spits it. It's a beautiful sounding song to me, both in the rhythm in which he's rapping and the words that he's using and the sound. He says in it, we're in the belly of the beast, and she's thinking about an abortion. I get this visual of expanding out somewhere, an astronaut flying through space. And he said in one of the bars, astronauts dodge bullets. So it kind of has that feel to me, and I enjoy that. It's a super entertaining song. Weezy is so entertaining. There's so much going on with his music. It's so entertaining. My ears just love this depth of musicality. It's like a big juicy music steak. That's it. That is my 5 favorites of the favoritist songs. I have 2 videos now of my favoritist of the favoritist artists, and that is good for me. I want to talk about your own discoveries through his music and maybe how he's inspired you. Let's get in the comments and geek out about Weezy. In light of recent sad news about the Super Bowl, okay, now is a great time to give him his flowers. He deserves it. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, go watch my other videos. Go watch the other Weezy one. Okay, that one's good too. And subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. There is plenty more to see. And like this video if you liked this video. Get in those comments, like I said once again. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye. Thank you so much. And namaste.